Hello, hello, and happy Friday. Welcome to What's Happening at ACC. I am Lee Watts, Chief Marketing Officer at ACC, Academy of Creative Coaching, in case you forgot where you are. And I am here with our COO, Jay Hurt. What's happening, Jay?
What is going on, Lee? Thank you so much for having me. I am looking forward to it. Today is an exciting day.
Yes, it is. We've got some great things in store today. We find out the winners from our Black Friday slash Cyber Monday raffle. So we're going to hear a little bit about that. But first, we want to dive into some great things happening at ACC. It has been a little while since we've done a What's Happening at ACC, and not because we have not been thinking about you all, but mainly we have been planning for an awesome 2023. So, as we dive into that, let's talk about it, Jay. We've got a lot going on. So, first, we have
Yes.
some weekend intensives coming up.
Yes, we have some weekend intensives coming up. So no more weekend intensives for the remainder of 2022.
Hmm.
But starting in 2023, we have a weekend intensive January 5th that
Uh-huh.
starts at in the Eastern time zone, right? So the start time Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is at 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll have one January 19th that's also in the Eastern time zone. Pardon me, that's in the Mountain time zone. So it'll start at 8 o'clock Mountain time.
Hmm.
Um, we have an intensive with our partner CFE, Coaching for Everyone. So for those of you who are out there that have been planning to work with Coaching for Everyone, this is definitely an opportunity. So there are 2 weekends tied to that. So if you have any questions about that, let us know. Hit us up in the comments or shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you about that. And then we have some more intensives coming up a little bit later in the year. We have one that's specific to our Jedi training focus. So
Yes.
we already sprinkle a bit of that conversation into our normal intensives, but we go in a much deeper dive to talk about justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. And that is happening February 23rd through the 26th. We are launching a new class, which is mastermind training. So if you've been
Yes.
through one
I'm
of our
excited.
intensive
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you've been through one of our intensives, you've experienced a mastermind, you've experienced mastermind training, you know what it's like, how you can use it to really, get great results with a group that you may be working with or an organization. Well, we're going to take a much deeper dive. So we're going to have a 2-day mastermind training only event. So that will be online if it's not already posted online. That'll be online very soon. Again, if you have any questions about that, shoot us an email or just drop a note in the comments and we'll be glad to respond. And then finally, after all of this time with COVID and all these COVID restrictions and all the fun stuff, we are having an in-person intensive at the ACC level, the
Yeah.
first level of coach training, and that is March 9th through the 12th, and that will be in Atlanta. The
Yeah.
location will be shared later, but we are getting back in person. We want to see people and be in the room and make it happen. So that's what the
Yeah.
intensive piece is looking like.
Okay. Well, okay, so you went through that really quickly,
I did.
which is great because I know we've got some other things to dive into, but I want to circle back and talk about a few things just so people can really get excited. So we know that our training for the coaching certification for ACC is coming up, and we have some PCC training coming up also in January, correct?
Mhm.
But I want to talk about the Jedi training. Like, what is the ideal student to come to the justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion training for that say ACC offers? I know a lot of corporations look to certify people in diversity and inclusion to help with some of their diversity initiatives. Would you recommend a company look into sending people for that training to ACC?
Definitely. So we just had our first organization go through Jedi specific training. They loved it. It's been a great experience for them. I would definitely recommend it. Right. So if you're in HR, a lot of times you want to have conversations and sometimes difficult conversations around different things that kind of are in that purview of the Jedi focus, right? The Jedi areas.
Yes.
Um, if you're a manager and you want to understand how to work with your team better, right? You may have a very diverse team and there are lots of lots of new areas and labels and conversations going on, and how do you have respectful, sensitive, empathetic conversations. It's a great place to come to learn how to do that. um, I think everybody that's at that mid-level management and above definitely should get Jedi training, because you're going to have higher level organizational conversations about what diversity and inclusion looks like in your organization.
Yes.
How do you honor folks that are different than what your norm may be, right? How do we make everyone normal, so to speak, right? So, it's a conversation I think that every organization, school systems, social services folks, healthcare, just about you name it. It's a conversation that we're having in the country, period. And
Yep.
it's a conversation we want to extend and give people more insight in how to have healthy, engaging, and listening and empathetic conversations.
Absolutely. So, thank you for explaining that. So, definitely a lot of people I'm sure watching now would qualify for attending that training, or really think that they need more um, just perspective around that, whether your title has diversity in it or human resources. Again, you may just know what I do requires me to see the world, to see my department, to see my company, and the people I interact with in a different way. This will be a great training for you. And so the other thing I wanted to touch on was also the mastermind. So because there are different definitions of mastermind just depending on where you are, and people see things in a different way. What this is to certify people to conduct masterminds, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. And my I'm a coach, right? I've been a coach for, gosh, going on 12 years now, but I feel like my first love is masterminds. At least it's kind of weaved its way into that, right?
Mhm.
So learning how to have conversations to facilitate growth in groups, how to help people really get out of their own way and work through specific challenges they have, and how do you grow around those challenges, and having people, a little bit different than the coaching space, having people offer some of their expertise and some of their insight, as well as asking great questions to help people really unlock some of the things that they've been going through. Right before we got on this call, just about an hour before, I was in a mastermind, and in that mastermind, there were some really powerful things going on where we unlocked some things, for some people that were in hot seats. And if you come to the mastermind training, you'll learn what a hot seat is.
Yes.
So there is opportunity there, for you to really help scale and grow your sales teams. If you're in organizations and you just have organizational challenges, right? Whatever that looks like, anything where there's a group dynamic and you want to grow that group, a mastermind is a great method to do that. So definitely come and check it out.
Wonderful. And do you have to be already a certified coach to attend the mastermind
That's a
coaching?
really good question, Lee. No, you don't. You do not
Okay.
have to be a certified coach to attend mastermind training.
Excellent. That's really great. I love that. And then let's see a couple other things that we wanted to touch in. Did we already talk about the in-person event that we're certification
We
coaching?
mentioned it in person a bit,
Okay.
and I'll reiterate that we'll be in person. We'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. We will have, we are what we did before COVID, right? We will have a hotel partner that we work with, and that hotel partner will provide a block of rooms at a discounted rate. So we'll have that. We'll have access to all of the things and all the amenities that we provide normally online. We'll do that at another level in person, and we plan on having a good time. In-person intensives are a lot of fun.
Yes.
I like them better personally.
Yeah.
Just the vibe and the energy in the room. Online is great too, but just in person, it's just a different vibe, a different level of energy. So we're looking forward to that.
Yes. Absolutely. So definitely consider that. That does not mean we want you to hold off on registering for an in-person or for the online, but if the stars align and you can be in Atlanta that weekend and want to go ahead and get an in-person certification, coaching certification, we would love to have you in March. And definitely visit our website because we will be sharing more information about that. So,
Exactly.
some other things happening. I believe we have. This is a little bit later on in ACC. I mean, in 2023, but we have some CCEs coming up around trauma informed coaching. We have some CCEs coming up on money mindset.
Mhm.
Amen.
Amen. Exactly. 100.
And we have a webinar next Friday on
Mhm.
marketing for coaches. So, one of the things I love about ACC, because I teach part of this, is that we're not just certifying you to be a coach and tell you to get certified and go, but we also want to give you some tools to build your practice, to market what you're doing, and be profitable at coaching. It's not a hobby, it is a career. So, we want to make sure you're ready for that.
Absolutely. And Lee is too humble. Lee will be leading that conversation, that webinar. So be on the lookout
Yes.
for
Yeah.
Lee and delivering that message. So we're looking forward to that. That's exciting.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, we have not announced it. I haven't spoken to you about this yet, Jay, but we are also going to have a very informal live webinar around higher education. Our coach, Dr. Joel Perez, will be talking and answering some questions about the three ways that coaching can impact higher ed. So you'll be hearing about that in the next week or two and getting some dates lined up for January. So we're really excited. Like 2023 is going to be bam, like a lot
Yeah,
going on. So
it is.
we're excited, very excited. All right. Are we ready for some other stuff or we got some other things to talk
Bef-
about before we do
Before
the
we get into changing someone's life right this second, let's like a couple more things I don't want to leave out. You actually brought one to
going
mind. So the first thing is standard training. So standard training is our
on?
3 month or 6 month program.
Mhm.
The first 3 months are the ACC component of the program. The second 3 months are the PCC component. Put together, they are the PCC track, right?
Mhm.
So standard training starts January 3rd. So if you prefer to attend the 3 month program where you attend class on Tuesday night and Saturday morning, we would love to have you. The deadline for that is 2 weeks before the start date. So whatever 2 weeks before January 3rd is, I don't have it in front of me. It's probably somewhere around the 22nd or 23rd of December. We encourage you to sign up and attend. Again, we love to have you. The second thing is Lee mentioned the PCC weekend intensive that we're having the last weekend of January, right? So I believe it's January 27th. So that weekend, starting that Thursday, if you've already attended an ACC weekend, or if you attend an ACC weekend in January and you would like to continue on to the PCC, you can do that. So sign up for that PCC weekend intensive. You do have to have the ACC as a prerequisite to sign up. But again, we're looking forward to having you. Those are always great weekends, and it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, lots of good stuff. I love it. Love it, love it. All right.
All right.
So, drum roll.
Yes. So let me say one thing about this. So what we've done here is, just as a thank you to the community, is we are offering a seat in one of our intensives, right? So if you haven't been through the ACC intensive, you will get a seat in one of the ACC intensives. If you have been through the ACC intensive and you would like a seat in the PCC intensive, we will provide you a seat in the PCC intensive. So either way, you win. If you've been through both and you have registered and you win, we will allow you to give that seat away to someone
Mm,
else that you know, right?
wonderful. Wonderful.
So, so yes, we want to do that for you. Um, on that note, there will be second and third place winners as well. So we're not going to do that here today. We will contact the second and third place winners individually. I will tell you, second prize is $1,000 off
Mm,
of the ACC training. Or if you've been through ACC and you come in second, $1,000 off of the PCC training. Third prize is $300 off. So those winners will be contacted and we'll let you know, and you will have those extended to you. I will mention finally, for all three of these, for all three prizes, the grand prize, second and third, you will have 6 months to hop into the training. So for our big grand prize winner, we need to see you in the next 6 months. We're looking forward to seeing you, and the same for our second and third place winners.
Yes.
So that is that's what we're doing today. I'm so excited.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're only pulling, just for clarity, we're only pulling for the big first place prize today,
for,
and then
for
you're
the
gonna
grand
follow,
prize.
right, and then
Yes,
you're gonna follow up with the other winners after this.
yes,
Wonderful.
we will follow up with the other winners.
All right.
So if you want to pull our
Yes,
fun little
yes.
lotto box on screen, when you win Powerball. So they got the balls that are flying all over the place, right? They're in the little thing. And if you go back in the day, this is probably dating me a little bit. They used to have this thing that you would
Yes.
turn like this
Yep.
and they pull a ball out, right? We're too modern for that. So and we don't have the thing now. I guess it slides down a ramp and does all the things, right?
Yes.
So we are doing it this way. So we have a random number generator, and everyone who has signed up has a number, right? There's a number attached. So what we're going to do is we are going to run the generator 3 times, right? So we'll run it once, there'll be a number show up. We'll run it again, there'll be a number show up. On the third one, when we run it, that person that's attached to that number will win the grand prize, and I will share who that grand prize winner is. So, sounds good, Lee?
Sounds good. I need to tell you, one of my dreams growing up was always to be one of the lottery winner people or lottery pickers. Um,
Hmm.
something like a Vanna. So this is
Okay.
my one of my dream come true.
I
My
love it. I
bucket list.
love it. I love it. That is
Oh,
awesome. That is
we're
awesome. One of
ready.
my
We're
dreams is to
ready.
win the lottery. So we're akin there, right?
Right.
So let's get started. So you see there's a random number here now. So let me just check it to make sure it's working. It's working.
Mhm.
All right. So this is spin number one
Yeah.
for the grand prize. 3 spins. Spin number one, and we're gonna stop. And I'm not looking at it when I stop. 48. I don't know who 48 is, but maybe you'll come back, 48.
Mhm.
maybe you're just getting warmed up.
Yep.
So let's see. Number two, spin number two for the grand prize. Spin number two, 44. Hey, that was close to 48. So
Yeah.
maybe 48's got something going on there, right? Spin number three for the grand prize for a seat in the ACC Weekend Intensive or the PCC Weekend Intensive coming up in 2023. Here we go. I'm going to
Okay.
let this one run a little bit longer. 3, 2, 1, stop. 14.
14. Okay.
14. All right. Who is 14? So let's see. Who is 14? 14 is Roseanne Santos. Roseanne Santos, congratulations. You have won the grand prize. You will get a free
Yay!
weekend intensive coach training with the
Yes.
Academy of Creative Coaching. I'm not familiar with your name, so I'm guessing that you haven't been through the program. So that is awesome. We will be
Mhm.
contacting you shortly. We'll reach out, we'll connect, and let you know what you need to do and how to move forward. But congratulations on winning a prize that is valued at $4,495. We look forward to having you.
I love it. I love it.
Good stuff.
Thank you,
Good stuff.
Roseanne Santos. I will see if I can tag you in there, or we will definitely follow up with you. Make sure you get your prize. And those of you who submitted your names, stay tuned. Next week, you will be getting an email.
If
It's
you are
first,
the second or third place winner, you will
yes.
get an
So
email from us for
we'll
sure.
we'll we'll still go ahead and email everyone and just let you all know who the winners are, so you're not in suspense and you know that it is complete and we have awarded the winners, and thanking you for your participation. So thank you all so much. I am
Oh,
going
and
to
may I add one more quick thing, Lee? There will be multiple second and third place winners. So just be
yes,
aware of that. So
yes,
that's a good thing.
yes. Absolutely. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Jay. We've had a lot to share today, and this Friday afternoon, as people wind down for the from a busy week, I'm sure. But we hope that you heard something today that it will get you excited about the Academy of Creative Coaching for 2023. Literally, there is something for everyone. Like that, we have something going on no matter what phase you are in your coaching journey. At the very beginning, wanted to get certified, wanting to do mastermind training, want more credentials and more education. We cover the full life cycle of the coach. And so we're really excited for 2023.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you all have an amazing weekend. And if you are just catching us on the replay, I see a couple people joining. Please rewind and watch this and make sure you mark your calendars. Thank you. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you so much, Lee. You all have a great weekend.